U.S. And all around the world. ISIS stands for the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. A quote said by Martha Crenshaw states that two threats stand out. First is the fact that an extremely hostile organization with a long history of lethal attacks against the West, particularly the U.S., has territorial base from which to plan and organize terrorism against the U.S. and its allies, as well as destabilize the rest of Iraq. She is a senior fellow at Stanford Center Security and Cooperation. This means that ISIS is a worldwide problem and they are very powerful. And many people are involved in ISIS and everything that they do. In my speech, I'm going to talk about the mission of ISIS, the American journalists, the beheading and the threat that they pose to everyone in the world, and women joining ISIS, how they do it, why they do it, and why men do it also. What is ISIS? ISIS is the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. They started in 2004 off of Al-Qaeda. They're kind of like a splinter off of it, and they're more powerful than they were. They want to be more violent than them. ISIS is run by a caliphate, and a caliphate is a man who has a lot of religious and political power over a huge group of people, and the man in charge is named Abu Bakr al-Baghdad. ISIS is so dangerous because it's known for its violence. Obviously, we've all seen videos of them beheading people, so they want to show everyone that they're powerful. In the expanding of ISIS, they're trying to expand over all of Iraq, Syria, and Libya, and they're trying to get all the Western countries to form to their ways of life. The fighters in ISIS aren't just people that don't know what they're doing. They all experience war and the guerrilla warfare against Americans, so that's why it's a huge deal, because none of them are going into it not knowing what they do. They all know how to use guns and what to do in war. What does ISIS want? ISIS wants to gain religious authority over Muslims across the world. They want to establish a worldwide caliphate, which, as I said before, is someone who has a religious power over a huge group of people, so they want it to be like a huge dictatorship. And they want everyone to be run by the same government and jihad. Next, I'm going to talk about the beheadings in the U.S. specifically, but also around the world. It's not just happened to us. What they do in a beheading is they cut off the head of someone, and then they actually videotape it and they show it to people. They've sent it to Obama, and they've obviously been on a lot of news sites. The beheadings were from CNN.com, and the first one was of James Foley. He was an American journalist and he was just trying to get some information, and they captured him, and they had a video of him, and they beheaded him. Some other people that got beheaded were people from Britain, American, Japanese, and some Ethiopian Christians who went over there. They were all beheaded. They were all videotaped, and people have seen all of them. Why do they do it? A CNN article on April 20th, 2015 by Tim Hoon. He said that propaganda to gain foreign ISIS recruits all over the world to grab international headlines, which means that ISIS wants to show people that they are a powerful threat to everyone. And everyone has been talking about ISIS, so they think that the beheadings will show people that they are a huge deal and that everyone should be scared of them. They also realized, ISIS said, that they don't want to show the actual person's head being cut off because they realize that that has a bad effect on them. So what they do is they show everything up to them cutting someone's head off, so it makes it seem actually more scary because we don't know what happens after that. Beheading is also a threat to disbelievers around the world because a lot of people don't think that people still do it, but they do because it's not common in America. There's also psychological reasons as to why ISIS beheads people and shows it to others. Ari W. Kroglansky, who's a psychology professor at the University of Maryland, said that the wave of savage beheadings may be having an unlikely knock-on effect, which means that people who watch the videos, just random people in their houses, if they're watching the news, and you can Google it and it's on Google. If you see someone's head get cut off, it's now in your subconscious, so when you're not thinking about it, it's still there. So they want people to always have the beheadings on their mind. An example of this is Christian Gomez, who was an American, and he actually decapitated his own mother over like a fight or something stupid like that. So it's obviously becoming more common in our country. Now, young girls are also getting recruited to join ISIS, as well as young boys in our country and a lot of Western countries. Why do they do it? They do it because girls see these jihadists and they want to somehow join it, so it's very easy to join if they can contact ISIS through social media such as Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and everything you can go on. What ISIS does is they'll take the young fighters, the good-looking ones, and they'll videotape them, have them Skype with young girls in America or other countries, and they'll just say, oh, you should come over here, you're going to have a great life, we'll pay for all your housing, we'll give you food, like, all you have to do is come over here. So a lot of girls want to do it, and it's actually not lower-class people, it's a lot of middle-class girls that go. They don't have a hard life, they just want to find something better. And it's a lot of Muslim people, so they say they do want to stick up for their religion, but they also just want to see what it's like over there. Some people are actually really like the violence that they do. Some people love the shocking violence. The CNN reporter Evan Perez, Pam Brown, and Ralph Ellis wrote an article called U.S. Wants to Know How ISIS Recruited 3 Denver Teens, reported on November 3rd, 2014. They said that a UK spy chief, Robert Hannigan, said that ISIS uses popular hashtags such as Ebola, when Ebola was a big thing in the U.S., the World Cup everyone watches, and hashtags on Twitter. So ISIS will actually go onto Twitter and put messages in when people are hashtagging Ebola, and they'll try and find young girls, and they'll put their own messages, and people can contact them through that way. So they say that's the biggest thing that they've done. So everyone should watch out for that. ISIS also shows images and videos to their viewers. They'll say, this is a great life, you should come here. They'll show all the boys, all the women that have gone over there. They say it's a romantic lifestyle, it's glamorous, you don't have to really do anything. If you're a girl, you just go over there. Social media, some people, obviously no one knows how to get over there to Iraq and Syria, so they kind of show you like a roadmap. This is what you have to do, take this plane, go over there. So it is pretty easy to get to. ISIS needs women because they want women, obviously, to have kids, so ISIS becomes larger than it is now, and if people keep having kids, it's going to become huge. They want women to fundraise and recruit other women and say, you should come here, you know, coming from another woman, this is a great thing to do. They also want to have them do work at checkpoints. Now, recruiting men is basically the same thing. A lot of guys come over, specifically Muslim men come over, guys from here think that it's a great thing to do. CBS News wrote an article published by on March 10th, 2015, called ISIS Recruiting Teenagers, Why the Government is Sounding the Alarm. National Counterterrorism Center Director Matthew Olson said that ISIS operates the most sophisticated propaganda machine of any terrorist group, which I just explained is everyone can see everything on Twitter, and they see the videos everywhere. It's one of the most talked about terrorist groups that we've ever seen. In the same article, John Kerry, who's the Secretary of State, quoted, those recruiting for ISIS are not looking for people who are knowledgeable about the tenets of Islam. They're looking for people gullible enough to believe that terrorists enjoy a glamorous lifestyle. So a lot of the girls that have gone over don't know anything about ISIS. All the men that have gone over don't know anything, did no research. They just go over there, not knowing what it's about. An article stated how ISIS and other jihadists persuaded thousands of Westerners to fight their war of extremism. It was written by Terrence McCoy on June 17, 2014. Jonathan Lee Crone is a well-known journalist, and he does a lot of research on ISIS, and he said that he actually talked to a man, his name is Abu Samuaya al-Britani, who's a British man, and he was a Muslim. He was recruited by ISIS a while ago when they first started. And he Skyped with him, and he said that he loved ISIS, he thought it was a great thing to do, and he was saying that people should go over there, and he was asking him a lot of questions, and he said that, they don't let them really do anything, watch TV or anything. He was talking about how he missed, playing sports, but he was saying that ISIS poses a huge threat to everyone, and that we should watch out for them. Now, review, the mission of ISIS, obviously, was just to they want to gain control of basically all the Western countries, put their views on them. The beheadings were a huge deal and still are, and we obviously can easily Google them and see them. And women joining and men joining is a very easy thing to do, so people need to actually do research and watch out before they decide that they want to go and join this group. So obviously ISIS is a very dangerous thing, and we all need to be careful of it. Everyone should be aware and should educate themselves if they don't know what ISIS is, and now you know that it's an easy thing to just be a part of. Is there any questions? Yes.
Do I get a gun if I join?
Yes, they give you a gun if you join, and they train you how to kill people and how to fight in war.
How do I join?
You can go on social media. You can go on. They actually have websites for everyone, and you can just Google how to join ISIS, and they'll bring you to someone that actually is in ISIS, and you can video Skype with them and everything. So it's very easy.